Since their 2024 losses, Democrats have been working, and I mean working hard, to win back the young male vote. And now DNC Chair Ken Martin claims the problem's been solved, saying, quote, "I never want to hear it again that the Democratic Party has a problem with young men. We're going to keep working hard to keep them in our camp and our coalition, for sure. But we won across the board with every major constituency that left our party last year. And that should tell you something again, that the Democratic Party is back." Okay, let's bring in Democratic strategist Julian Epstein and Tiffany Smiley, former GOP Senate candidate from the great state of Washington. You know, I love this stuff, Julian. You know, I love to hear them. They're making their case as if they're trying to say, I'm going to will it to happen. I'll just ask you point blank, has it happened?
No, Kevin. Thanks for having me on. It's whistling past the graveyard. The Democrats have a net negative rating of negative 22%. It's much greater with young men. And the reason for that is it's not that women don't have issues. They do. They have legitimate issues. But when you have a left culture and a Democratic culture that is saying that men are by their nature patriarchal, that they're bad, you're going to turn off a lot of young men. Young men don't like the big welfare state. They don't like identity politics. They find it emasculating. They find that it denies agency. This is not about getting on a podcast or changing language. This is a deep cultural problem that's on the left that has infused the Democratic Party. And to get straight with men, they're going to have to start talking about building a future that young men can relate to.
Tiffany, before I welcome you into the conversation, I want to play a little sound for you. This is actually James Carville, a little flashback. He sort of seems to be channeling his inner Julian Epstein. Listen.
They were told the future is female. You must always believe the woman is never wrong. Hashtag me too. And men are like, do I count? What about my life? I mean, we're only 48% of the voting population.
You don't always have to agree with Carville, but, you know, like a stopped clock a couple times a day, it just might be right. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Democrat Party has failed men. And I think of my young boys, my 18-year-old who's looking at getting into, you know, the workforce and college and the future of our country. And he's going, how have they helped in any way? Because today, in today's world, it appears that to be a part of the Democrat Party, you have to be anti-American, anti-capitalist, and anti-worker. And that's just not where men in this country are. So they have lost them. They have failed. I don't think men in this country today could name one issue that the Democrats are working on to advance and make their lives better. What does the Democrat Party stand for? I think the average American couldn't even name one thing that the Democrat Party stands for because they stand for nothing. All they are doing is screaming and hating Donald Trump. And I just don't think that's going to work in the midterms. I think that will cause more men to run and flee because meanwhile, Donald Trump is out there fighting for American workers, fighting for the next generation to ensure that they have a shot at the American dream. He has proven that he will work with President Trump has proven he will work with anyone on important issues like affordability. I know that's deeply important to male voters.
Yeah, and here's the other.
And I think the Democrats would actually do themselves a favor, not just for, you know, trying to engage with men in this country, but for the country as a whole, if they would come to the table and address the issues that we can all agree upon.
Very quickly, I want to run this by you both. This is Cory Booker, and I think he's acknowledging this, especially when you look back to 2024. Yeah, they did great in places like New Jersey and Virginia, but, you know, broadly speaking, that's not the whole of America. Booker's concerned that his party needs to get into ship shape. Listen to this.
And in the Democratic Party, I want to have a very tough conversation, and I want it to be a competition of ideas about what our party is going to look like. I'm one of those people that's saying is our party has failed. They've made terrible mistakes. And I want us to emerge in this moment, not focusing on party, but refocusing on people.
Refocusing on people. 15 seconds each. Julian, first to you.
Typical politician, a lot of lofty language. It's basically empty rhetoric. The Democratic Party should know what it needs to do. It is far to the left of the median voter on almost every single economic issue and every cultural issue. If you want to be tough, you've got to say to the activist groups on the left, you are leading us off a cliff. We're going to return back to the center the way we were in the Clinton years, and that's how you're going to capture the people that determine the elections.
Tiffany.
Yeah, look, the Democrat Party has failed and they are in a free fall. And instead of coming to the table and working on issues that improve Americans' lives, they're doing the exact opposite. And that's exactly why their poll numbers are the lowest that they have been in decades. They will continue to free fall if they chart down this path where you have to be anti-American, anti-capitalist, and anti-worker. That is not the America that we are here for. We are here to advance policies to ensure that the American dream is alive and well for all Americans. And that's what President Trump is working to deliver on every single day. So the Democrats have a lot of work to do.
They do.
To get out of the default.
Yeah, they better start paying attention to John Fetterman and others who are a little bit closer to the center. Tiffany and Julian, thank you both. We appreciate your time today. Have a good one.
Thanks, Kevin.
Alicia.
Kevin, why